Hey everybody, this is Mr. Storm, and today we are going to work on the Chase project. This project is going to be pretty fun. We're actually going to get to use the canvas element that we learned about. I'm going to get rid of the JavaScript page here and the CSS page here because we don't actually need them. We'll just do it all in this one page, which means I'm going to get rid of this here as well. Let's move this over. And the script here. Okay, so let's do, let's change this to Chase. All right. Now, let's actually, let's do the HTML first. Now, here's the beauty of Canvas, the Canvas element. All we need to do in terms of HTML is just create the Canvas element. Now this canvas element needs an ID, and we'll call this canvas, which is what I usually call my canvas elements. Width will be equal to, we'll do 600. Height, let's make it 400. That'll be good for this game. And tab index, we'll set it equal to 1. And we'll close off our canvas element. That is all of the HTML that we need to do. Now notice nothing happens because I haven't done anything yet. I've just created a canvas element. I haven't actually put anything in it yet. Okay, but that's all the HTML that we need to do for this project. Let's do some CSS really quickly. All we need to do is just change some, again, it's really simple CSS, style, and all I want to do is apply some style to the canvas element itself. Width, 600 pixels. Height, 400 pixels. And let's give it a border. Border, 1 pixel, solid, black. All right. Hello. Oh, I haven't closed my style. Always remember to close your style tag when you're doing. So that's going to be our canvas. That's going to be where our game is showing up on the screen. Now yours is going to be different probably because you're going to have, you're going to have yours on your actual website. So you're probably going to have a header element here. You're going to have all kinds of stuff. I'm just doing mine. I got sick of clicking through, and so I'm just doing mine in a fresh new project. Okay, now the rest of this is all JavaScript. So, and there's actually not too much JavaScript. I'm just looking at my notes here. About 200 lines of code. So let's get into it. All right. Okay. I'm going to create my script element here. Okay. So the first thing I need to do is to declare my variables. We have a lot of variables to declare. First, I want a variable that associates my canvas so that I can actually do something with it. We all know how this works. Canvas, there we go. Okay, and then I want the context. So I'm going to CTX for context. Actually, I'm just going to spell it out because it's better for us to, know what we're talking about. So canvas dot get context, and for us it's going to be 2D because this is a 2D canvas. We're going to set a score variable equal to 0. Let's set our X value equal to 50. Let's set our Y value equal to 100. So these are going to be properties for the square that we're going to create. Let's do speed for our square is going to be 6. Side length. This is going to determine how big our square is. We're going to set each side to 50. I've got a hair on my microphone and it's bugging me. Anyway, So side length is going to be 50. Now, the next thing we're going to create 4 variables called up, down, left, and right, and those are going to all be set to false. Basically, what that means is these are flags. These are going to, whenever we push up, down, left, and right, it's going to change from false to true, which is going to allow movement in those directions. So this is pretty easy. Down equals false, var up equals false, var right equals false, var left equals false. Okay, almost done declaring variables. All right, so now we have a main character. We have the variable set up for the main character. We have our control scheme set up for, moving around. We have those variables. Now we need to set up variables for our target square, or the thing that we're going to be chasing. Var target x. We'll set that to, we'll say 0, because we're going to change this in a minute anyway. We just want to initialize these values. And then target length 25. It's going to be half as big as our guy. Okay. Alrighty, so here's what we're going to do. One thing that we need is we need a function that is going to determine if any number we produce is between certain values. So if the number A is between B and C, this is going to help us to figure out how to put our square randomly throughout our canvas. So we just need a quick function that will do that. So we're going to create a function and we'll call isWithin. And we'll pass in some arguments A, B, and C. We're going to use this here very, very shortly. So return A equals B, or A is greater than B, and A is less than C. So essentially what that's doing is it's saying if A is greater than B and it's less than C, then it is within the range. It's between B and C, right? Okay, perfect. Oh, we need some more variables. Let's create a countdown, because I want this to be a timed game. So we'll create a countdown game. We'll say 30 seconds. And ID equals null. This is going to allow us to basically track our timing. Okay. Alrighty. So let's set up our control functions here. Let's start making some. All right, I'm going to create an event listener on my canvas, which is going to listen for key downs, up, down, left, and right on my arrow keys. So add event listener. Make sure you spell that correctly. EVENT LISTENER, right? Listener. It's going to be a key down listener, and the function is going to be an event. All right. Now, we're going to do event.prevent default. Default. All right. Hold on one second. Yeah. Sorry, I was just looking forward to my notes here. Prevent default. That's good. Console.log. Now, this isn't really necessary for you to do a console.log statement. I like to do them because it helps with troubleshooting. So event key and event.key code. So that way I can see which code was pressed. Now, in here I want to say if event.key code 3 equal signs equals 40, then down equals true. So 40 is the down arrow key. All right. Now, because this statement is pretty much the same for the next 4. Oh, hello. Or for the next 3. So the down key code is 40. 38 is up. 37 is left. And 39 is right. Okay. So what we've done there basically is, hold on a second. And we need parentheses and a semicolon there because that's the end of our event listener item. We want to get rid of this parenthesis up here. I knew something looked off. All of this is going to be inside of the add event listener here. Yeah. Okay. So that looks good to me. Now we want to do basically the same thing, but for key up, which means copy and paste is our friend. Hello. What happened there? I didn't copy all of it, it looks like. Yeah. Okay. All right. So instead of key down, we're going to use key up. And all that's really going to do is it's going to, we're going to set these to false. Basically turn it off when we're not pressing the key. False. And false. And false. Okay, perfect. So that is our control structure there. Basically, we've added a couple of event listeners that are going to listen for us pushing keys. Okay, perfect. We're moving right along. All right, let's create a start menu. I'm going to create a function that will handle our start menu. First, I want to create or use the erase method, which is going to get rid of everything on our canvas. Then I want to context fill style equal to, we'll just make it basically make it white. You can make yours whatever color you want. I'm just going to make mine white. Context.font equal to, let's say 36 pixels. Arial. Alrighty. Context.text align center. Context.fill text. So we're going to create some text on my screen now. Collect the square. Canvas.width divided by 2. Basically put it in the middle of our canvas. Canvas.height divided by 4. So we'll put it toward the top. In the top quarter. Context.font. We'll make this 24 pixels, so it's going to be smaller. Arial. And context.fill text. Say click to start. And that is going to be canvas.width divided by 2 and canvas.height divided by 2. Okay. What else do I want on there? Is that good? Okay. What else do I want? Oh, yeah, I need to give them instructions. So let's change the font to be even smaller. Context dot font equals, we'll say 18 pixels, Arial, and context dot fill text. Use the arrow keys to move. Canvas dot width divided by 2 dot height divided by 4. We need to do a little bit of, so we're going to wrap this canvas divided by height times 4 in some parentheses, and we'll say times 3. Okay. And then we want to add event listener. It's going to be a click, basically listening for a click. Start game. We're going to run a start game function whenever we do that. All right, so that is our function. That's our main menu function. Okay, so that should create a main menu whenever we start the game. All right, now we need a function that handles our game itself. Function start game. Okay, so now we need to start our countdown. So let's do ID equals set interval. So set interval to function open and close parentheses. Oh. And then count down minus minus. And then the interval is going to be 1,000. So that's going to be, so basically what we're doing is we want to reduce the countdown timer every second. So this is setting milliseconds. So 1,000 milliseconds is going to be 1 second, right? So every second it's going to reduce the countdown timer. Okay. Now that's going to be important for learning or for figuring out when we're going to end the game. Remove event listener. Click. We don't want to start the game every time we click. So we want to get rid of the event listener there. We're going to call the move target method, which we haven't created yet, and we're going to call the draw method, which we haven't created yet. The draw method functions a lot like a render method. All right, so that's our start the game method. Let's do our end game method, figuring out how to end the game. End game. All right, and basically this is going to clear interval. So we're going to clear out that interval. We're going to erase what's on the screen. We're going to say context.fill style equals, and we'll just do, let's do white. Context font, we'll say 24 pixels Arial. Context dot text align line equals center. Context dot fill text is going to be final score plus score. the canvas dot width will be divided by 2, and the canvas dot height will be divided by 2 as well. Okay, so those are our start game functions, our end game function. Now we need to move our target around. All right, let's do that. Let's create a function called move target, because we want our box to move every time we update. Every time we call this move target, we want our target box to basically go to a new location somewhere inside of our canvas. All right, math.round, math.random times canvas.width minus target length. All right. Okay, and it's essentially the same thing here for the Y. So let's just copy. Target Y. Alrighty. And canvas height. We need to change the canvas height. Canvas height. Okay, that's it for our move target function. Next function, erase. We've used this a couple times so far. This is a pretty common function for canvases. Context.fill, fill style equals hashtag. Alrighty. Fill rect 0 0. Basically what we're doing is we're just kind of creating a new thing over top of what we just had. It's pretty easy to do. All right, now we have our biggest function in the game, which is our draw function. Now this draw function is going to draw the graphics onto the screen for us. All right. Function draw. Okay, first thing we want to do is erase. Then we want to start determining if we're moving down, up, left, or right. So let's use a series of if statements. If down, then y plus equals speed. So basically we're moving the our square plus equals speed, right, for down. If up, we'll say y minus equals speed. All right. If right, if right, then we'll say x plus equals speed. And if left, we'll say x minus equals speed. Okay, so that's our movement there. Now we want to keep the square within the bounds of our game. So we want an if statement that will check to see if our square is trying to move out. So if y plus side length is greater than canvas dot height, then y equals canvas dot height minus side length. It's pretty easy there. We'll say if y is less than 0, y equals 0, meaning we cannot get less than 0 on the y. Then we'll say if x is less than 0, we'll say x equals 0. Now we have to constrain the left side. So if x is, or x plus side length is greater than canvas dot width, then x equals canvas dot width minus side length. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So we're just still constraining here. Now we need to talk about what happens if we collide with our target. What are we going to do, right? Well, let's figure out first if we've collided with the target. So if is within, we'll pass in some values here. Target x, x, x plus side length, or, so shift and then the backslash, shift backslash is within target x plus target length x, 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 x plus side length. So basically, if we're within, if these things are matching each other, so this is the thing that we're looking at, and it needs to be between x and x plus side length. If it is, then we're overlapping. Or if the target x is, target length, sorry. If the target x plus target length xx side length. So basically we're seeing if we've overlapped at all on the x. Now we need another if statement in here to see if we've overlapped on the y. Is within target y, y, y plus side length, or is within target y plus target length, y, y plus side length. So it's basically the same thing. Just checking. So if we're overlapping on the x somehow, then we want to see if we're also overlapping on the y. And if we are, if we're overlapping on both, then that means we've actually hit our square. So in that case, we want to move our target and we want to say score plus plus, basically add to our score. Okay, whew. Getting pretty crazy here. So we're in our draw function still. I don't know why that's... Oh, it is lined up properly. Okay, I see. So still inside of our draw function, we want to start drawing the square. So target fill or context dot fill style is going to be, let's set it FF. There we go. Oh, I need the hashtag there. All right, context.fill rect x, y, side length, side length. So we're basically just creating a square here. Now let's draw the target, context.fill style. And that is going to be blue. No, green. And then context.fill rect. Target X. Target Y. Target length. Target length. Okay, so we've drawn our two squares. Now we need to draw the score and the time remaining. Context dot, we're very, very close to being done. Context dot fill style equals all right. Oh, I need quotes around that. Okay. Then context dot font equals 24 pixels, Arial, text align left, dot fill text, score. Oh, hold on. Score, and we'll put it at 10 and 24. Now, hopefully you guys haven't been getting lost in this video. I'm trying not to spend too much time explaining because this video is already 32 minutes long and we're not even finished yet. Hopefully you're kind of learning as we go. Time remaining. Plus count down 10:50. All right, now if our countdown reaches the end, then we want to call the end game function. So if countdown is less than or equal to 0, then end game. Else we want to window.request animation frame draw. So that is going to recall our draw function every single time we are done with a frame. So every frame we're going to redraw. All right, now there are two things we want to do. One, we want to call our menu, and then we want to call a canvas.focus here so that whenever we start, when we open our page, the focus of our play becomes the canvas. Now I'm going to try this. I'm going to run it. If it works, great. If not, then I'll have some troubleshooting to do. Okay, line 87. Let's do some troubleshooting. Hopefully this is just, oh, yep, I forgot some quotes here. Okay, good. Hopefully that's the only, perfect. Okay, so click start, use the arrow keys to move. Oh, I spelled side length wrong on 165. Side length. All right. Okay, so full text is not a function at 181. Fill text, not full text. All right. Okay, so now it's working. So I can move around. If I overlap with the green square, it should update my score. And it did. And the green square went to another spot. So that's what we're doing. That's the game right there. And you want to see how many times you can catch the green square before the time runs out. And we'll see what happens when the time runs out. Okay, getting there. All right, so I got a top score of 19. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So hopefully this was good for you guys. Hopefully you figured it out. Hopefully everything looked good to you on your side. It's over 35 minutes now, so I'm going to stop the video here. If you have any questions, please let me know, and I will be more than happy to help you out. All right. See ya.